She's not going to miss the clean, I can tell you that.
No.
She's done as much as 105 in the past, back in Rio last year. Oh, much better.
Yeah, very nice.
It's funny because that just looks like such a lightweight. To think that her best is only 5 kilos more than that is unbelievable to me.
Right now, Dos Santos technically the lifter with the 1 kilo increase, but I imagine that will be changed.
There's going to be a lot of changes here.
Yeah. So there is an outlier here, Shu-Ching with 120, but otherwise, pretty much all the athletes are bunched in between about 102 and 111 at this point.
USA's own Kaitlyn Hogan coming out for her opening attempt at 102 kilos. Both Sean Waxman and the legend Piros Dimas look on and cheer on. 1 for 3 in the snatch. She ended up finishing with her opening attempt at 83. So this 102 will give her a 185 kilo total. Oh, very easy clean.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, just wonderful opening attempt.
Excellent opening attempt. That's exactly the way you want your first attempt to look. She's got to be happy about that. Again, snatch didn't go as well as she had planned, but gets on the board with that really nice lift. And if she wants, can sit back and see how things shake out. Best clean and jerk out of her is 107.
Okay.
She looks good for that today.
Oh, yeah, no
she
doubt
looks
about
great
that.
right now.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Lorinda Morales for Brazil coming out. 103 on the bar. She snatched 80 on her second attempt. It was her only made lift. Had a really great crack at 87.
Oh, so close.
For an
Yeah.
elbow bend.
Just so close. And think of how much farther that would have advanced her. 7 kilos added onto her total is a big deal at these weights.
Oh, it would have been huge. Yeah, I mean, she'd be in third or fourth place right now. Fourth place.
Oh boy, that looks heavy.
Maybe caught the bounce off or something.
Yeah, it did look like she caught it a little bit backwards, but so usually you can kind of push through that. But again, these are maximum weights.
Yeah, not how you want an opening attempt to look, though.
No, it isn't. Fortunately, or I should say unfortunately, it looks like there's no one else.
She's going to be following herself, unless she elects to go up by at least 2 kilos. Because Kaitlyn Hogan is listed at 103, but
you know what?
Yep, she moved up to 105.
And that was a smart move because they didn't move up until after she was called, which now comes back to the Brazilian and only gives her a 1-minute clock.
Yeah.
A very smart move by the coaching staff.
So Lorinda Morales coming out for her second attempt at this weight. She has done as much as 105, so we're up in the international stage at least. We're operating close to her international best. That was a little over a year ago in Rio at the Olympic test event.
Just amazing how many athletes we're seeing that are Olympians here on the stage today. Incredible.
Much better.
Still a little heavy, though. Very nice.
Yeah. Good.
And very typical of a lot of South American lifters. They can hold the bar on their shoulders without having any fingers or hands touching the bar, and then move the grip out without
Beautiful front rack position.
Yeah, it's
Don't know
just
how it's
wonderful.
accomplished, but as you said, we see a number of South American lifters do this. It's sort of their style for some of them.
Yeah.
Again, bar resting neatly across the chest and shoulders, and they can casually put the hands out. Coach breathing a big sigh of relief there.
Yeah, he's
as he
happy.
watches. Yep.
He's a happy man.
So right now, Kristina Shermatova is the athlete, but nope, it looks like Turkmenistan is making a change. We saw the same thing in the snatch. Lots of changes.
Number 10, 109.
There's a lot of strategizing going on. Really, this is a competition between the coaches as much as it is between the athletes.
Absolutely. And look at that group of coaches. You can hardly see anything there. Just to get a change in, you got to fight through the crowd.
Number 11, 107.
So who is it going to be? Who is the athlete? Tran, or Thi Mai-Dung Tran, perhaps, of Vietnam? I think so. She is coming out. Looks like she's getting ready.
You know, sometimes in these warm-up areas, if you could add up all the Olympic medals of the coaches and the athletes given in a single room, it's unbelievable.
The amount of weightlifting knowledge and greatness in a single space, you know, in a 20 by 40 meter area.
It's amazing. So Vietnam's Thi Mai-Dung Tran, 5 kilo increase to this 105 kilos on her second attempt.
Wow, it's a little heavy there.
Yeah, it's such a slow start off the floor, and even through the hip, it didn't really increase a ton of speed there. So really couldn't work that bounce to stand up with the clean as a result.
Yeah, gets to that sticking point and just has nothing left.
Yeah.
Right now, Kaitlyn Hogan is the lifter.
Supposedly.
Allegedly is a lifter. Nope, they're making a change.
Yeah.
She is no longer a lifter. Instead, it's Lorinda Morales of Brazil, and I think she is going to be the athlete. She's getting ready, certainly. Although her clock is running and she's not moving. Yeah, so there's another change.
Yeah, and you mentioned this earlier. There's one outlier, Sue, out of Chinese Taipei. Everybody else is within a few kilos.
Yeah.
So
she's opening at 120, so who knows if she's even in the building at this point.
Right.
She might be off enjoying an ice cream, might be at Disneyland.
I'd be taking a nap if I were her right now. I mean, get some extra rest,
Plenty
recovery.
Plenty of time. Tran coming out now for her third and final attempt, 105. It sounds like they got a microphone in the chalk box. I like that.
I like that too.
Gives it sort of a chalk's eye view.
You know, that's one of the trouble with those slow starts is keeping it mentally together during the entirety of that pull. That's a lot to ask an athlete. It really
and for
is.
some athletes, it works. I mean, the Turks famously, some of their athletes could have this sort of glacial first pull. It seemed to be unfolding in slow motion.
Yeah,
and get under.
That is not a hook grip slow-mo video. That is actual
that's your
time.
first pull. Right now, the USA's Kaitlyn Hogan coming out for 106. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this equals her best in international competition.
The fans are
107.
roaring. 107.
She's done 107.
Okay. So 102 was convincing, to say the least.
Yeah.
So I think this is a smart move. 4 kilo increase. Beautiful.
Man, there's a tremendous amount of power in that clean.
Yes, that's what we want to see.
Oh, she looks great. She is back. She is coming back and is bringing an extraordinary amount of intensity to the clean and jerk. I really am excited to see her third attempt. I think we're going to see maybe a 109.
Yeah, and she is a lifter who has aggression, who has intensity, and typically those style of lifters are going to be stronger in the clean and jerk because the snatch just requires more delicacy. It requires a little bit more refinement. And not to say that she's not a refined lifter, but it definitely shows that aggression really, really helps in the clean and jerk.
Right now, Supatra Kaitlyn coming out for her opening attempt. Successful with 2 of her 3 snatches, made 83, missed 86, and then made 87 on the increase, coming out for 107.
And her international best is 108, so she's right in range.
Although she's taken some attempts at 114 just a year ago in Georgia at the Junior World Championships.
Nice clean.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Get under. Wonderful opening attempt.
Yeah, that was a really nice jerk there.
Dr. Baffa, have you ever been to Thailand before?
I have not. I have the only places in Asia I've been are Kazakhstan, parts of Turkey, and Japan.
Be a great place to
go.
visit, yeah.
I'd love to go. Have you?
No, I wish. I wish. The few Thai people I know are just wonderful people.
Great weightlifting tradition as well. Great weightlifting fans.
Speaking of great weightlifting traditions, here is Japan's Kanayagi coming out for her.
Japan.
Yeah.
Man, ramen in Japan,
It's
astonishing.
really.
Imagine if their technique were a food. That's how good it is.
I want that.
Kanayagi, opening attempt 107. 2 out of 3 in the snatch. Had a decent day. Snatched 85. I just love how close the bar is, how upright in the catch.
Tiny,
Really?
yeah, just a little shaky on the jerk recovery,
Very
but not
nice
bad.
though. Yeah, I mean, really a solid kind of work-a-day opening attempt.
Yep.
A weight that is serious, but not out of your capabilities. Love that split.
Oh, look, that
textbook.
split. That is textbook
textbook.
position. Yeah, you nailed it. And her best in international competition is 110, so we're going to see a lot out of her. So right now, Rosanne Dos Reis Santos coming out for her 3rd and final attempt, a 7-kilo jump to 107. And this would be a personal best on the international stage.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we saw a missed clean, but again, pulled it. High enough to snatch, really.
Yeah, I mean, pulled it really high. Interesting that she goes with the power clean, because look at how high. I mean, it wasn't even at parallel.
I know. But, everyone's leverages are going to be a little different, and that just could be a weak point. So as soon as it gets heavier than a certain level, then you can no longer activate the legs or whatever it is necessary to lift the weight.
Right now, Brazil's other lifter in this category, Lorinda Morales, coming out for her 3rd attempt, 107. Had a rough start, missing her opener at 103, then came back to make it.
Yeah, making this lift will put her at 3 for 6 for the day, which feels a lot better than 2 for 6. Oh, so no lift.
We have a bombshell to drop on everyone right now.
Yeah, that's a nuclear bombshell, perhaps.
This is devastating, but Shu-Ching is out of the competition.
The world record holder in the total.
And our snatch silver medalist. I wonder if she did injure
that
herself.
left elbow. Yeah, that little hyperextension must have been enough to really start the inflammation process and get her to not feel strong about continuing.
We don't know what happened. We hope she's okay, but this competition with her clean and jerk was hers.
So
now the field is open.
It's anybody's game now. Wow, what a development that is.
Right now, Joanna Rutkowska of Poland coming out for her opening attempt. 108 kilos, only made 1 snatch, 87 on her opener.
Has done as much as 115 back in Warclaw in 2013 at the World Championships. Looked a little heavy.
Yeah, had a little bit of a sticking point getting up, but the pull was great.
Nice jerk.
Good. Gets on the board. Solid lift.
A little worried about that clean. If she doesn't get through that sticking point, that could be the limiting factor in the lift. And again, she's done as much as 115, so I think being reasonable at a 110, 111 maybe on her second attempt is probably going to be a good jump for her. So we have only senior competitors in this A session, so nobody's going after those junior records. They're big records to go after. 102 in the snatch, 130 in the clean and jerk, and 228 in the total. The senior world record not being that much higher, 103, 134, and 233, which is that total held by Sue, who just pulled out.
Really, really unfortunate to hear that. I mean, I was excited to see her clean and jerk. I'm sure she was excited. And again, the competition was hers to lose with her clean and jerk. Right now, Turkmenistan's Kristina Shumatova coming out. 109 on the bar. She is our snatch bronze medalist.
She's got a personal international best of only 107, so this is 2 kilos above that. Very strong clean. Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful lifting. And she, remember from the snatches, she came out and missed 91 on her second and then made 91 very nicely on her third attempt. So I think there's some gasoline in the tank.
Yeah, yeah. She looks good for more. Joanna moving up.
She's done as much as 122. But again, she was as a 58 when she did that kind of lifting.
That makes a big difference in the clean and jerk, the body weight.
Nice clean.
Very good.
Hold. Nice. Okay, so she posts a total. So she bumps right up to second place with that 196 total, just behind Kristina Shumatova of Turkmenistan. And we only have one lifter that we have yet to see, and that's Sopita Tanasan, who really did a wonderful job in the snatch portion. She's going to be coming out for 110 as her opening attempt.
Yeah.
And
she is our snatch leader, and with that 110, she might be untouchable.
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, it's going to be tough because I guess Kristina Shumatova did 91, so that's a 5 kilo deficit. Yeah. So, and of course, since Sopita snatched more, she's going to have the advantage in the clean and jerk. Nice clean. Oh, yeah, really nice. Look at she. I think you're right. I think my money is on
right
Tanasan.
now. She looks great. I think at this point, you just hang back and wait. You've got a comfortable 5 kilo lead.
So it's looking like it looks like the Polish team is getting that second attempt back.
Yes.
So they're at 111 as it stands right now. Hopefully 3 1s. 111 is easy to read. It's pretty easy to write.
You know, it's actually written differently in most European countries.
Yeah.
They write a 1 like a 7, sort of.
Oh, okay. 777 would be a big lift.
Kanai Yagi of Japan coming out for 110.
Wow, great body position.
Yeah.
Wow, and just a really tiny dip, but that's enough to get it overhead.
Really nicely done. Looks pretty happy with that. I think she had no problem. Yeah, 3 white lights.
Looks like she's a little dizzy coming off of that, but boy, that was a nice lift.
Yeah, she's a pretty good day so far. 2 for 3 in the snatch, 2 for 2 in the clean and jerk so far.
Yeah, and again, like you mentioned before, the split position is just textbook. You see that perpendicular front shin with the ground, just beautiful. A lot of lifters asking for 111. Very popular number right now.
111 would also be for Kaitlyn Hogan an American record and would give her a new total record as well.
Wow.
So that's the weight being called for by Hogan, by Supatra Kaifong coming out right now, as well as Kristina Shermatova and Joanna Mikowski, although the last two of those will probably request more. Right now, Kaifong made 107 on her opener.
She's having a good day so far. Only one miss in the snatch in her second attempt, so she needs to just continue that momentum.
This would be an international PR.
What a lift. Nice job. Vocalizes through those lifts, but boy, does she look good. And the Thai fans go crazy.
They are happy, and that was a really nice lift. Puts her in third place currently overall,
Wow.
but first place in the jerk. That could be a medal lift right there.
Yeah,
There's
really.
still lifts to remain, but that we'll see. We'll see if that holds up.
Look at the Thai fans. I mean, do they bring their A game or what?
Oh,
I
they
love
do.
it. So Joanna Mikowski Lutkowska coming out for her second attempt at 111 kilos also. 111. Another lifter who's a little taller, a little leaner than some of the others that we've seen.
Yeah, very fast elbow.
Very fast. Beautiful jerk, man.
Might have been better than the opener.
Yeah, it really was, because she had that little bit of a sticking point on that opening clean, but there was none of that there.
No, that looked great. That looked really, really nice. So Lutkowska with 111. Very nicely done. Looks like she has a little bit more left. She can sit back and relax. That is good for, right now, second place in the jerk, although we'll see if that's going to hold.
What's really nice is this is an entirely 180-degree turnaround. The snatches was almost all misses, and the clean and jerk is almost all makes.
But a lot of made lifts so far, which is great.
Yeah. So we're looking at who I have a feeling could be our silver medalist. She really looks great. She's got a lot of momentum right now. She's currently in second place, and this would keep her in second place, but just further extend that lead in her second place position. Wow, what do you think, Dr. Baffa?
I'd say it's great. And she looks good for more.
She does. I'm thinking 115 minimum. You know,
Well, she took, so it was a 2-kilo jump from that to from 1 to 2. So maybe she plays it conservative, waits a little bit, see what she needs.
I think that's what it is. It's get a little bit more, and then all of a sudden go for what you need. America's own Kaitlyn Hogan coming out here for an American record clean and jerk.
Total.
Actually,
Total. Not the clean and jerk. I misspoke earlier.
Right. So this would give her a total of 194 kilos for a new American record and a great position here at the World Championships. The crowd's behind her.
Pretty big increase. 5 kilos from her second attempt.
The intensity is there. The focus is there. Beautiful clean. She's got it.
Wow.
She's got it. What a lift.
Well done. Kaitlyn Hogan, well done.
What a
Really
great
nice lift.
Great lift.
That is great. So, new American record total for her. puts her in 4th place in the clean and jerk, 7th place overall for the time being, but more importantly, comes back from a 1 for 3 snatch day to do a 3 for 3 clean and jerk.
Wow, 4 for 6 on the day.
Yeah.
Really, like we were talking about, a 180-degree turn from the snatches to clean and jerks. Utilizes her strength, her focus, her intensity, and really has a great day.
Right now, Japan's Kanai Yagi coming out 112 kilos.
Currently in 6th place overall. Oh, and again, a very shallow dip, and just wasn't quite enough to hold that bar overhead.
Ends up with a 195 total, 4 for 6 on the day, 85 in the snatch, 110 in the clean and jerk.
Well, we're getting down to some final lifts here, so every lift that you see potentially could be lead to somebody walking home with some medals.
Yeah. Right now, Heidi Diaz is the lifter from the Philippines, or at least she is listed as the athlete.
Yeah, she's coming out.
Coming out now.
And you know, she's looked better on that opener in the clean and jerk than she had in the snatch. Things just didn't really look like they were clicking for her in the snatch, so I'm hopeful that this is where she brings her A game. That's an aggressive get under in the jerk. Absolutely
Very
beautiful.
nicely done. That puts her, for the time being at least, 1st place in the jerk.
Yeah.
Lots of lifts remaining.
And 3rd place in the total. That was an important lift right there.
I mean, that might hold, too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 lifts left. Actually, not too many. Or 6 lifts.
You know, that face that she had when she went under that bar for the jerk was the epitome of determination. Unbelievable. She would not allow that lift to be missed, and that's what you need really to be a successful lifter.
Thailand's Supatra Kraikong is the athlete. No, wow, they are taking, well, they've requested an enormous 119 kilos. I imagine they're doing that to sort of sit back and relax and see how things play out.
So it looks like Joanna Mikowski of Poland is listed as the next lifter, but that could be changing. Yeah, and it looks like it is.
So every lift here counts.
Yeah, so that would, and it looks like Kristina Shermatova would come out, but I'm sort of surprised that she wouldn't bump up to a little bit more than 111. Excuse me, 113. Because that 111 looks so convincing.
It did.
And she's currently in 2nd place in the total, so she really wants to hold on to that. So maybe they feel that just those extra 2 kilos will be enough to hold that pace.
That 113, though, would only give her a bronze in the snatch. Or in the clean and jerk.
In the clean and jerk, yeah. So she's going to come out and take it. That's interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't move her into 1st overall.
Which
moves her into bronze.
Which I think that's smart because Tennyson looks so good. I think she's going to be really hard to beat with how big of an advantage she has in the snatch. So she's just her and the coaching staff feel that this is the weight that's going to win the silver medal in the total.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, that was one of her best lifts.
Yeah,
I mean, again,
very good.
It just seems like she's good for so much more. Just great lifting. And that's how you want to feel. You always want to feel like you could do more after you finish.
So that lift, she's in 2nd place with the jerk. 2nd place overall so far.
204 total. It's going to be a lot to chase for some of these other lifters. I think it was a smart move. I really do.
I think so.
So that brings out our current leader in the total, Sopita Tanasan, who's asking for 114 kilos. And if her previous lifts are any indication, she's gonna do just fine with this.
What's interesting is she is our leader, but in the clean and jerk, she is currently in 6th place.
Wow.
And if she makes this a 4-kilo increase, only 4 kilos, it moves her into 1st place. So that's how close these things are.
Unreal. Nice.
Wow, went right into the jerk.
Yeah, no hesitation there.
She's in great shape today.
Yeah, she is. And again, 115 is her best internationally, so only 1 kilo behind that.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to have a PR day in the clean and jerk and total also.
So she is essentially our champion at this point. I don't think we're going to see anyone take the kind of jump you would need to do to unseat her at this point.
Yeah, I agree. 210 is a huge total, and there's nobody coming close to that. But the question is somebody else going to walk away with that clean and jerk gold medal?
Right now, Supatra Kaikrong coming out for the same weight, 114. Is a 3-kilo increase. It would move her into bronze medal position overall, as well as silver in the clean and jerk.
Amazing. She gave it everything she had, but just not quite enough.
She tried. Unfortunately, she just misses the podium. 4th place clean and jerk, 4th place overall, 5th in the snatch. And the podium right now, bronze medal is a kilo more.
Yeah. So Joanna Mikowski of Poland is coming out for 115, which would elevate her into 1st place in the clean and jerk.
And it would give her a medal in the total, as well, I believe. 3rd place is 199.
Yeah. So, yeah, this 4-kilo increase would bump her total to 202 and would put her into 3rd place. So it would put her on potentially on the podium for the total also.
This is huge. She goes home with no medals or some hardware after this lift.
Yeah, I was more worried about her getting to that sticking point, but she didn't even give it a chance.
No, a little too heavy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Again, she also just off the podium, 4th in the snatch, 5th in the clean and jerk, 5th overall at the moment.
And we just got word that Sue, who decided not to finish the competition, the clean and jerk, is currently wearing a sling around her elbow. So just as we suspected, it was an elbow injury after that last snatch attempt at what was it, 95 kilos. So that's really unfortunate. But right now, Heidi Diaz coming out for her 3rd and final attempt in the clean and jerk at 115. And this would bounce her up to 1st place in the clean and jerk, and I believe it would still be 3rd place, which is her current standing in the total. So she's going home with some change.
Saw a little elbow touch there in the clean as well.
Yeah, that right elbow maybe just a little bit, but boy, we're talking about a fighter.
Did a great job, really pulled on that weight. You could tell it was heavy, but she gave it an attempt. Nice to see. Right now, we have the last lift of the session by our 2017 gold medalist in all 3 disciplines, snatch, total, snatch, clean and jerk, and total. She's coming out for 117 right now, just to
sweeten the deal a little bit.
Yeah, and this would be an international best. I believe 115 is her best on the international stage, so this would beat that by 2 kilos in addition to being a personal best for the total. So this is a really big lift on more of a personal basis for her, in addition to just showing the dominance that she has to her competitors for future events. This is the last lift of this session. Oh, just a little too heavy.
A little bit. Her only miss of the day, ends up 5 for 6. All 3 snatches, 2 out of 3 clean and jerks, 210 total, matching her international PR. And 96 snatch, 114 clean and jerk.
When you've sweeped gold medals, it's hard to get up for that last lift when it really doesn't mean as much.
Yeah.
But still a great attempt. She really got under the bar well, but just a little too heavy to stand up with.
Exactly. And, you know, if she had to do it for the lift, maybe she could have done it. But like you said, she'd already swept the gold medals. It's hard to have the motivation there. But great performance by her. Amazing how much things changed once we had Shu-Ching out of the running. It was going to be a close competition in many ways regardless, but the field really opened up. Unfortunately, she, as you mentioned, walking away with an injury, hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a matter of maybe a few weeks off and it's something more serious than that.
But in first place, as we mentioned, we have Sopita Thanasan of Thailand. Second place, we have... it is Kristina Shumatova.
Yeah, which is,
you know, Turkmenistan.
And she really was impressive all the way through, snatches and the clean and jerks. Only missed 1 lift on the day on her second attempt at the snatches. Everything else was in the blue.
Yeah, and then third place, Heidi Diaz of Philippines in the total. We also have in first place in the, or second place in the snatch, Shu-Ching Su, excuse me, of Chinese Taipei. And second place in, or excuse me, third place. Otherwise, yeah, all our medal winners are the same. So 4 medal winners for the 3 positions, snatch, clean and jerk, and the total.
And we're looking at our Turkmenistan winner, and really just a great tradition actually coming out of Turkmenistan. I mean, just a number of great lifters, technically very superior. That's somebody to keep your eye on over the next couple of years.
And next year, World Championships in Turkmenistan.
Yeah, so they'll be on their their hometown field. So let's take a look at the final results here. As you just mentioned, of course, Thanasan of Thailand just really dominating the field, both in the clean and jerk, the snatch, and the total. Yeah, and it looks like every single lifter made their second attempt.
No, not everyone.
Oh, okay. Mostly everybody, at least on the A session, except for looks like 1 lifter
from Vietnam.
Yeah, everybody else. But again, mostly makes in the clean and jerk, and mostly misses in the snatch, unfortunately. But ultimately, a really nice competition. Some great lifting, and there's a lot more to come too.
Yeah, exactly. We had a good competition, which was nice. It really boiled down to athletes making their lifts and choosing the right way.